Welcome to another edition of Bulls Roundup. 30 minutes to get you around the USF Athletics Department. Along with Mike Lefko, I'm Jim Lauk. We'll have some cross country coming up on this show and also some women's golf. But right now we'll get started with the fall sports in action. We begin with soccer, where, believe it or not, the conference tournaments are getting close, regular season winding down.
It's crazy to think both soccers are coming to an end soon. Women's soccer has just 4 matches left in the season, including the final 2 home matches of the year. That's coming up this week. October 20th, the Bulls take on ECU, and then Senior Day on October 23rd against Cincinnati, the women's soccer team right in the thick of a crowded conference race. The men's soccer team has jumped up into a tie for first in the standings after a tremendous last week in conference play. More on a win against Connecticut coming up later in the show, but sophomore Prosper Figby garnered Defensive Player of the Week honors for the 2nd time in a row and for the 4th time this season.
One of the hottest teams in the department is USF Volleyball. They're up to 14-6 overall, 5-3 in the conference. They had a great road trip going to UConn and Temple, 2 of the tougher teams in the conference, came up with victories in both matches. Now they come home. They'll have SMU in the Corral on Friday night. On the football field, the Bulls are bowl eligible for the 2nd consecutive year. They're 6-1 overall, 3-0 in the conference, beat UConn their last time out. They're on the road heading to Philadelphia for a conference matchup against Temple on Friday. Next home game, the big salute to service game against Navy on October 28th. That gets you up to date on the fall sports. Stay with us. Much more to come. When we return, we will have cross-country coach Dina Reef. Stay with us. Bulls Roundup continues after this.
Cried. I told my friends it's a real life drama I recommend. It touches your heart, it opens your mind. It's part of your history, part of our times. Every day's another sequel, the ending's up to you. The amazing story, the amazing story.
Tampa Bay Times, official newspaper of the USF Bulls.
When you need game day precision to sear, saute, or simmer, call on natural gas. With tight temperature control and instant on-off settings, you can entertain your fans at home anytime. People's Gas. We're delivering the natural choice more Floridians enjoy. Learn how you can earn up to $1,750 in cashback allowances with our energy conservation rebates at peoplesgas.com/enjoy.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that. Let's see what the doctor says.
Hello? Hi, sweetie. Okay, can you open your mouth? Yeah, that's going around. I'll send in a prescription.
Thanks, Doc.
Not you, too.
Welcome back to Bulls Roundup. We're joined now by head cross-country coach Dina Reef. And Coach, I want to talk to you about last weekend. You guys got the cool opportunity to run in front of the home crowd. Now, you don't usually get to do that, so how nice was that to have the home meet?
Yeah, with such a short season in cross country, we only have one home meet a year, so we really love to have a home crowd come out and support us, alumni as well as parents.
I know there's been some attrition this year on the men's side. You've had so many injuries. Different lead runners in 3 of the last 4 meets. So what have been the challenges for you to kind of assess this men's squad?
Well, I think the different leaders on 3 of the past 3 meets, the really good thing about that is it shows competitiveness. Who wants to be our number 1, 2, and 3? So that shows me a really strong program. When you look at the injuries, we only have 9 guys. So right now, you know, we got Cash that's coming back, and then several guys right now that are out that didn't run our home meet that we're trying to get back for conference next week.
Before we talk about conference, we'll flip to the women's side as well. You really had 2 runners lead you in a lot of these meets. Can you talk about kind of the emergence of your leaders on the women's side?
Yeah, Jessica, she didn't run our first meet, but Melissa was our number 1 there, and then since then Jessica's been number 1 and Melissa number 2. So 2 strong number 1 and 2s. We just got to get the rest of the pack a little bit closer. We've been working on that in practice to get them to be successful for conference.
With conference coming up, and that's Saturday, October 29th at Cincinnati, what are the training protocols for you? Do you kind of taper down? Do you want it really running with intensity, or how do you want them to be before you head into that weekend?
Well, next Monday is kind of our last hard workout. We actually taper down, no second runs, no weights that week, just to get everybody feeling really good, strong, and ready to go for conference on Saturday.
It's interesting because all of your meets have been in Florida. So you're used to that, I'm sure, and everyone is used to that. But with how hot and how humid it is, they're going to be something completely different up in Cincinnati. End of October, probably going to be pretty cold. You think that might be able to help your crew, you know, lower temperatures?
You know, I think less humidity is great.
Yeah.
You know, in Florida we get that all the time. I really feel like, you know, if the sun is out, we've even been at UConn before where the sun's out and it's 55, it feels great. So I think, you know, we still have a great chance of performing well. The humidity down here does, you know, inhibit performance a lot, so it's nice to go elsewhere. Cincinnati did host a regular season meet, but it was early September, so it was hot there as well. So, you know, not really, it was a chance to see the course, and we didn't go, but it's not really a weather change. So a lot of times we do practice here the week of being 90 degrees and go somewhere else where it might be 50s, but, you know, 50s and sunny is great.
How do you prepare this current group, though, of athletes for what you might encounter if they're not used to those conditions immediately pre-race?
Well, we have a lot of kids on our team from Florida, so I've been talking to them Monday with the guys and Wednesday with the girls about making sure they hydrate, because just because they're not sweating a lot with humidity, it doesn't mean they don't need water in their body, hydration. And just, you know, we get a little bit of cold gear and stuff that we wear at the race and everything to warm up, so to make sure, and a little extra stretching and longer warm up to make sure they're prepared for racing.
So a big weekend coming up, October 29th at Cincinnati. It's the conference meet for cross country. More on cross country coming up a little bit later here in Bulls Roundup.
We are American. We have the grit to dig deep and the courage to stand together. For us, it's all or nothing. You see, that's power. We are power.
Hi, your house here. Did you know I'm wasting your energy and money? Tampa Electric can help. Call for a free home energy audit, and an energy analyst will inspect your ductwork and insulation. Check windows and doors for leaks. Examine heating and cooling systems. All the places energy can be lost. The analyst will recommend solutions and even offer you rebates. Call Tampa Electric today to learn about all its energy-saving programs. They're free. Tampa Electric, the power to save you money.
The University of South Florida is a regional powerhouse with global significance, leading advances that are changing the world. Now a leader among the nation's universities in research, healthcare, and just being cool. The place where young men and women train to become the best.
This is where the Bulls run.
Hi, your computer here. Did you know I can help you save money on your electric bill with Energy Planner from Tampa Electric? This interactive energy management program puts you in control of your energy costs by giving you access to lower rates that are available 87% of the time. It's easy, it's free, and they'll even show you how to make the most of it. Sign up for Energy Planner, only from Tampa Electric. Tampa Electric, the power to save you money.
When you need game day precision to sear, saute, or simmer, call on natural gas. With tight temperature control and instant on-off settings, you can entertain your fans at home anytime. Be People's Gas. We're delivering the natural choice more Floridians enjoy. Learn how you can earn up to $1,750 in cashback allowances with our energy conservation rebates at peoplesgas.com/enjoy.
I laughed, I cried, I told my friends it's a real life drama I recommend. It touches your heart, it opens your mind. It's part of your history, part of our times. Every day's another sequel, and the ending's up to you. The amazing story. The amazing story.
Tampa Bay Times, official newspaper of the USF Bulls.
Bulls Roundup continues with a look at a huge men's soccer win. The Bulls go to Connecticut to play the nationally ranked Huskies and leave town with a W. Mike has the game summary.
October 15th, the Bulls were up in Connecticut to take on the top team in the conference. The Huskies entered the match number 24 in the country, 10-3 on the year, and their only losses had come to ranked teams, and they'd only lost one game at home. But USF had recent history on their side, shut out Connecticut on this very field in the semifinals of the conference tournament 2 years ago, and it just always seems to be a low-scoring, contentious match when these two teams meet. Now here's the lone goal, and it comes in a strange way. Everyone, UConn, the cameraman included, got caught off guard on this one. Here's what happened. Lindo Mfeka played a quick start on a free kick, gave it to Ricardo Gomez, who played a long ball through the UConn defense, and with UConn caught off guard, Melvin Beckett was able to sneak right behind. Look at that run, and here's the beautiful touch on the header. That's the goal for USF, and it was going to stand up. Goals and shots absolutely at a premium in this match. Nothing could be mustered by either team. USF had 3 shots on goal, all in the first half. They did not have a single shot in the second half. All were early, though, in the first half, putting the pressure on Connecticut. So offensively, that was it for the Bulls. No more shots. It was up to the defense in the second half, but the defense was stout, and they led the charge. Prosper Figby ended up winning Defensive Player of the Week honors for the second straight week for this effort. Of course, a big help to the rest of the defense and the goalie as well, but Prosper Figby got the honor. The Bulls held off 8 shots and 4 Husky corner kicks, and they went on to win. USF snaps a 7-match UConn win streak with the 1-0 win.
Their defense tremendous with that shutout win, and now the Bulls are tied for first with Connecticut and Cincinnati, and they can take that momentum. A big home match coming up this Saturday against Memphis.
And we also had a home match, in a sense, for cross country. We don't get to see them compete on campus very often, but we did recently when they competed at the Claw. Let's take a look at the highlights.
You know, it's always exciting to have a home meet as well as have our seniors run at home for their last meet. Always love to run in Florida. We always have our kids run really well when their parents come, so I wish our conference could be here as well because they seem to run better with support. You know, we have 13 new women out of 27, so over half the team. We lost probably 2, 3, 6 from last year on our team, and so we really came back with Jess that was in our top group from last year because Melissa was out. So they're very young, and we lost a lot, so we are starting kind of from scratch again this year. So excited to see a lot of people improve, and that gets their confidence up for conference. Only 9 go, so for some people this was the meet that indicates if they're on the bubble that they go to conference or not. So it's nice to see them get out there and compete for that.
I really like the home course because it's flat and a lot of Florida people like flat land. Besides, the only negative thing I have to say is the weather, but other than that, it was a good race, especially being able to have like your teammates out to support you and all the staff and like administration. It makes it a lot easier to push through like the rough sections of the course. This so far have been really good. Everybody's been pushing each other. We've been hitting the times they're faster, and everybody's just been like being a team and having a lot of fun while working hard.
In the conference, we just got to establish a really good top 5. Again, this week we only had 6 guys running, 3 out, so it really kills us. With Cash coming back, hopefully he's healthy by regionals, we would have a well-established top 5. We would have a complete team.
This was my last time in the cross country in Tampa on my home course, and I had a lot of family members, a lot of high school coaches and friends out here, and I was just amped to go out. I went out really fast, which was scary because I thought I was going to end up not even finishing the race, and kept seeing my friends, kept seeing my family, kept pushing, and ended up another PR and first for USF.
I am so excited about going into conference and then regionals. Having the weather being warm out right now compared to what we're used to practicing it, I think we're going to go into conference, which is in Ohio, so it's going to be cool weather. So hopefully it's going to be beautiful and we're all going to do great. And then regionals is going to be at FSU, so that's going to be great weather as well. And the course there is also fast paced. So I think with everyone's time and a clean mind, we're going to go in and finish it hard.
Bulls will compete again October 29th in Cincinnati. Walk a Mile in Her Shoes, very special event featuring USF baseball and USF track and field. Let's take a look.
For nearly a decade, USF has participated in the annual Walk a Mile in Her Shoes, the international men's march to stop rape, sexual assault, and gender violence. Many of the men's teams on campus participated, including the entire baseball team, which has supported the event since its inception.
The guys' team does really support this event, and it's important for everyone to recognize that this is something that actually goes down in college.
I think all the male athletes should come out here and support this cause because it's something that's been going on for a long time and we need to find a way to stop it.
Inspired by the belief that you can't truly understand someone's experiences until you've walked a mile in their shoes, the players donned heels, wedges, and flats and walked around campus to spread awareness in hopes of stopping gender violence.
I hope that this does relay a message that sexual violence is not appropriate for college at all or in general. I mean, the word has to be spread, and this is one way that we raise awareness across the college campus of USF, and I really appreciate everybody coming out.
The Necessary Improvements to Transform Our Environment organization at USF deals with campus safety and student wellness. They've seen participation steadily grow each year since the inaugural walk in 2008.
I loved it. I mean, it's a good experience that they finally get to see what we go through.
I don't know how women walk in these shoes at all, so I definitely understand the struggle they go through every day.
There was a lot of green and gold. I was very excited when I saw them actually walking in and everyone got into heels. So I was very actually excited to see a lot of green and gold there, a lot of athletes.
The goal, of course, is to get to the point where awareness and safety dictates that a walk is no longer needed. But until then, each year, the Bulls will continue to strap on their high heels and walk a mile in her shoes.
Great to see the support from the male athletes. USF Baseball has been a longtime supporter of this event that's been going on for nearly a decade, starting back with former head coach Lalo Prado, and now Mark Kingston has continued that tradition.
And next we move on to women's golf. First-year coach Tiffany Pratt will join us when Bulls Roundup continues.
We are American. The conference of opportunity. The opportunity to chase dreams. The opportunity to make your mark and change the game. Because that's power. We are power. We are American. We have the grit to dig deep. And the courage to stand together. For us, it's all or nothing. You see, that's power. We are power.
Ooh, I don't like the sound of that. Let's see what the doctor says.
Hello? Hi, sweetie. Okay, can you open your mouth? Yeah, that's going around. I'll send in a prescription.
Thanks, Doc.
Not you, too.
The University of South Florida is a regional powerhouse with global significance, leading advances that are changing the world. Now a leader among the nation's universities in research, healthcare, and just being cool. The place where young men and women train to become the best.
This is where the Bulls run.
Welcome back to Bulls Roundup. We're joined now by the first-year head coach of the women's golf team, Tiffany Pratt. And Coach, I want to ask you how it's been since you've gotten here. When you first got on campus, you started to look at your roster. What are some of the first steps that you took?
Well, thanks for having me on today. I know when I first got here, it was definitely interesting. We have a larger team than what I'm used to. We have 11 girls this semester. So, we're really working off that and really evaluating talent early. We took a month just to kind of get used to each other. The girls get used to me and our coaching staff. And we went out to Vail. We're a little disappointed out there for sure. But it's a brand new learning curve for all these girls. What I came in and what I'm doing here is totally different than what they're used to. So it's been a big culture shock probably, but I think you saw in Yale last week, things started coming together, and we're really excited moving forward and getting to spring.
So what is important for you and your staff during this fall season to assess how these girls play during competition?
Well, I think the fall we're using more as a base, like what do we have for the spring? In the spring we're playing 6 events before the conference championship. It's going to be really fast paced, not a lot of downtime, so just seeing what we have. And right now, you look at our top 3 in our lineup, they're all very solid. 2 seniors, a junior, great leadership. We really need that bottom half of the lineup to really step up. And what I've seen is, Taylor stepped up a little bit playing 4 in the last tournament. But we really need that 4 and 5 to come through and push everyone else. One thing we're doing in the spring is we're hoping to bring in 1 or 2 players in January. So we're going to get a little more depth in there. We're going to have a bigger roster, which again is kind of interesting. But I think we're going to have a lot more talent. We have a girl possibly coming in from Canada that we're really excited about. So it should be a lot different spring and a totally different look.
The final tournament of the fall is this weekend, Sunday through Tuesday of this upcoming week. After this tournament, do you really set everything down on paper and say, all right, this is what we have now, how do we get ready for the spring season?
Yeah, I spend a lot of time right now with all the girls. I'm at the golf course all the time, it feels like. If they want help, I've been there. But our top 3, you've got to help them get even sharper in the areas that they're lacking, and then just really try to develop that 4, 5, 6, 7 player. And I want some fight there. Like, you want girls to push each other and it not be set in the lineup. So, some people they're kind of like, why does your lineup keep changing? I like that. It means, girls at home are working hard when we're on the road. And I think that's something we're just really going to have to work on in the spring, is creating that depth and getting girls to have confidence that they can compete at this level. I mean, we have a lot of freshmen on the team. So these girls are new and they haven't done this before, so they're learning too.
How do you develop that fight or kind of build that competition in these now 3 months before you start the spring season?
Well, in the off season we go to 8-hour weeks, so we can only spend 2 hours a week at the golf course, so it's kind of hard. But the girls will go out a lot on their own and do like inter-team competitions on their own and go head to head. We've tried to do that a lot this semester, is kind of pin them against each other and create some fight and some competition. Golf's hard to replicate what you're going to see at a tournament, so that's the best way we've done it. And we do a lot of drills where we try to emulate tournament situations and put some pressure on them. And you can see the young girls start to get better. It's just a process and it's taking some time.
So going into the spring season in year 1, have you set down expectations or goals for yourself and the team, or is it just building toward that process?
What we've talked about with the team is taking it one step at a time, but I'm also very vocal, and I think postseason's still within grasp this year. They haven't quite made it the last few years, 2012 last time as a team, so we're really looking forward to kind of getting back to postseason. I think it's possible. Our spring schedule is so strong, so if we come out and we play well in the spring, we're definitely not out of it right now. And just believing in each other. I need my best player to believe in my 7th player, and that's something we're creating with more team chemistry and coming together as one. The team was pretty divided before I got here, and that's been a process, us trying to all become one unit and knowing you're only as good as your weakest link. So I need everyone to work together and really improve.
Head golf coach Tiffany Pratt. More Bulls Roundup comes up after this.
drama I recommend. It touches your heart, it opens your mind. It's part of your history, part of our times. Every day's another sequel, the ending's up to you. The amazing story, the amazing story.
Tampa Bay Times, official newspaper of the USF Bulls.
When you need game day precision to sear, saute, or simmer, call on natural gas. With tight temperature control and instant on-off settings, you can entertain your fans at home anytime. People's Gas. We're delivering the natural choice more Floridians enjoy. Learn how you can earn up to $1,750 in cashback allowances with our energy conservation rebates at peoplesgas.com/enjoy.
Ooh, I don't like the sound of that. Let's see what the doctor says.
Hello? Hi, sweetie. Okay, can you open your mouth? Yeah, that's going around. I'll send in a prescription.
Thanks, Doc.
Not you too.
That'll do it for this week's show. On our next show, Mike, you'll have a story on the long and successful career of USF women's head basketball coach Jose Fernandez.
He's entering his 17th year, and it is truly incredible to see how he has built and developed the program over the course of that stretch.
That and much more when we see you next on Bulls Roundup.